I don't have any talking stages left in me. I don't care if you've eaten a day. I don't care. Starve.
The couples that I secretly think are the happiest are the ones where you look at the girl's Instagram profile and there is like pretty much no indication that she's in a relationship. She is just out here living her best life, but then you find her boyfriend's Instagram profile and she is literally all over it. Or obviously better yet, if he doesn't have social media, but if he does have social media, it should basically look like a fan page for your girl.
This makes no sense at all, and modern women keep on coming up with stupid stuff like this.
Nothing hurts more than I'm like her, but when you fumble a guy and they post like a like that deserves them, you know, like I wasn't gonna treat you good, to be honest, but it just sucks seeing them move on, like you gave up on us, like, but I know damn well if I just text them, he's right here, but I'm not like that, unless like, so let me find out she's a fake account on my account, then maybe I will, but for now, make them happy. I'll be waiting.
I'm gonna tell you something a lot of y'all do not know, okay? Y'all men are not in a relationship. You are simply a financial bridge. Every single dollar that you spend on your woman, on her self-care, is really an investment in her next man. So while you are breaking your back to keep her happy and make sure that she stays pretty and she feels good about herself, you're paying for her escape plan. Yes, that's what you're paying for. You are maintaining a female who is trying to leave you actively every single day. She cannot and will not go a day without having her hair perfect, her makeup perfect, her lashes done, her nails perfect, designer this, designer that, with your money so she can catch your replacement. That is a fact. She cannot afford to leave you just yet, but she's actively setting up her exit because the bait gotta be fresh when she goes fishing for your replacement. You are maintaining a woman who is mentally, emotionally, probably unavailable to you, but she's preparing herself every day to be mentally, emotionally available to another man who's better than you every single day. Y'all have got to get to the point where you start investing in a woman who invests in you, okay? She can't just be taking value from you. She has to be adding to it. If y'all been in this situation, if you know you've been in this situation, you're going to be honest about it, leave a message in the comments and let me know. Because a lot of men out here, y'all really have no clue. But just wait.
Okay, we came here looking for single men, and so far we're just shopping. Here's some men. So far, just a bunch of couples loving each other. Not us. Not a mucho. Oh, look, another couple, a lovingly couple in front of us.
Men keep on telling you, with the way the dating market is set up now, they would rather stay home, stay single, and spend the money on themselves.
I am so sick and tired of the disgustingness coming from Black women. But you know what? I'm going to entertain it, and I'm going to listen to this young lady tell me why she has 7 children.
I think I'm going to look this pretty and I have kids. Y'all think y'all the only one that's ever approached me and wanted to like be with me? No. I have 7 kids for a reason. I have 4 baby daddies for a reason.
So I'm going to be the one to tell this young lady, you have 7 kids because men look at you like a dumpster. That's why. They know you have no morals, no values about yourself, and you think that you're so awesome, and just because they're attracted to you that you are of value. You're actually not of value. No one will probably ever marry you. And not to mention, your value from a man comes from if he decides to marry you, okay? Women have access and men have access to marriage. Let me just be clear with that, but I'm going to let you continue.
You just don't get a pretty girl like this that don't have all these kids. I'm not asking you to take care of my kids. I said take care of me. In the video, I said, get my nails done. I need a new oil change and stuff like that. I never said take care of my kids.
Sorry, young lady. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you do get pretty girls that don't have kids. I'm sorry, hence me. I don't have children. I've made the right decisions. So yeah, you do get pretty women that don't have children. And to think that you're trying to invite men in your life and think that they're not going to have some type of responsibility towards your kid, It's completely ridiculous, okay? It's completely ridiculous. And the last thing that you should be worried about is an oil change or someone paying for your nails. You should be worried about them 7 goddamn kids you got.
I get 2,100 in food stamps. My kid's not hungry. My kids have Medicaid insurance. They good. I'm talking about me.
And this brings me to politics, because why the hell are taxpayers paying $2,100 a month for this woman to have kids? Does that make sense to you? Maybe they should be incentivizing her to not have kids. This is what's wrong with our system. This is wrong with everything. And I have a right to say something about this because goddamn, my taxes pay for it, okay? It is ridiculous, okay? And I guarantee you, she would not have 7 kids. She would not be talking about how good her children are if she was not getting government assistance. It's disgusting. I'm sorry.
I may be a 41-year-old mother, but if I knew that I could be successful on OF, like the OnlyFriends page, if I knew that I could ball out to buy a house and all the things for my kids, I would. Who wouldn't? I mean, you only get one life, and I already don't give what anybody thinks about me. Like, not in a mean way, I just don't care. This is my life, and I'm going to live it how I want. Why not be rich? Why not? I wouldn't show anything too much, but, I would show a little something for a piece of change, okay?
If you look at a streetwalker, and I want you to compare it to what's in your closet or what you see that's popular, do you notice any striking similarities? Streetwalkers dress like that because they're trying to portray that they're easy. Like, hey, come get it. Why would I want to be seen in anything that looks anything like it's promoting that message? Even if I'm not intentionally promoting that message, why would I want to dress like I might be?
This is a question for a man in a relationship with a woman. If you're not, it's okay, you can still hang out. Your girlfriend goes on a trip to Europe with her best friend who's a man okay? Your girlfriend goes to Europe with her best friend. They sleep in the same bed. Are you mad? Yes or no?
Honestly and truly, it never ceases to amaze me how modern women continue to find ways to be irresponsible for no reason.
Men's life is tougher. Name me one country in the world where men don't have the right to an education, where men don't have the right to pick and choose what they want to wear, where they can't work, where they can't vote, when they can't talk to other men.
And Kevin Samuels said it best. Modern women have no self-awareness. They think that they're the only ones going through stuff. They have it tough, and men could just never ever understand.
So I'm at work last night, just got off. Anyway, I'm telling one of the Filipino nurses about Girl Scout cookies. I'm like, have you ever had them? Like, it's Girl Scout cookie season. I'm gonna bring you some. Needless to say, she's never had them. She's also confused why I'm eating them because she knows I don't eat like that. So I'm like, no. Girl Scout cookie season, I'm gonna do it every time. And I was like, hopefully it just goes to my butt. She was like, Alicia, you don't need any more down there. Share the wealth. Love my girl for that.
Anything for clout. Absolutely anything.
If anyone cares, I'm convinced that you can die from a broken heart. Like, so good.
You know why a man gets upset when you take a portion of his money after getting divorced? Men are selfish. You can give birth to that man's bloodline and raise his kids, raise him, be there for him for 20, 30 years, watch him build his business from zero to a multi-million-dollar company. And when you go get divorced, if that man could leave you with absolutely nothing on the street corner with nothing, not a shirt on your back, he would.
Okay, I just had coffee with a friend, went to a new bookshop, coffee shop. I went to Hot Pilates. I'm shaking. Anyway, I was gonna go over my dating standards, okay? First of all, I have the regular standards that a woman should have, okay? I have a full-time job. I have an apartment to myself. I don't live with my parents. I feel like men should have those things too, okay? I'm sorry. But I'm not going to date someone who is like not at the same level as me to begin with, respectfully, okay? Because I'm hard. I put a lot of time and effort into myself, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, I need someone to match that, okay? Those are values. The values are needed to be upheld, okay? Call them standards, call them what you want. That's what needs to be held, right? When you're dating. Now, in therapy, I am learning to not just cut off someone based off of one interaction with them. Okay, that's what I kind of mean. Not really lowering my standards, but just like opening myself up to different potentials, giving people grace a little bit. Okay, now I don't want to say benefit of the doubt, because I'm not doubting these people. I'm just kind of like, okay, like maybe I used to think that was just like, all right, next, but now I'm like, all right, let me suss it out a little bit, you know? So that's what I mean by that. Not that I am lowering my standards. Hold on, water break. If I go on a first date and someone seems like anxious and nervous, I'm gonna give them a second chance. I'm gonna go on the second date. Okay, that's what I mean by that. I don't think I'm asking for anything that is out of the realm of expectation here. I think that I have worked on myself. Again, therapy, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want. I have created a good life for myself by myself. I would just love to have a partner that has the same values and can just like make life a little bit better, you know? And is it an expectation that we need that? Maybe. I don't think I need that. I think it would be nice. I have really good friends who have really solid relationships. And it's just like, I'm envious, you know? Not saying that I'm upset with my own life. Like, first of all, if I wasn't like unhappy with myself, then I wouldn't be looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for a relationship. I was just like open to dating this year. And I have. And I put myself in like vulnerable, open positions. And I'm just like, damn, this ain't hitting. This ain't hitting. So that's what I mean by that. Not that I'm lowering my standards. Oh my God. That's what I meant. I'm going to go spend $200 in Costco probably. So, see ya.
It's a pretty interesting comment here by Johnny Rock. He said, this is a classic case of a woman being single because she incorrectly thinks men value the same things in a partner that women do. She's become the exact person that she would want to date. I think so, Johnny. I think so.
Hey men, can we normalize, stopping telling women to not wear makeup, to not wear filters? Because that's no different than you guys not deciding to keep up with your facial hair or to put rims on a car or every other thing that you guys do that don't make sense. Let that sink in.
Wanted to know me. I wanted to do things that he didn't want to do.
You want to do things that he didn't want to do, such as?
It was funny. It was as simple as going ice skating. He didn't like the same activities. He didn't even want to try because I might hurt myself. See, he was focused on finances. My husband was a master saver, okay? He was like, we're not splurging on vacations. We're going to make sure that we do things. It was very economical. It was very logical. He was a very goal-oriented. He was about saving money. He was about making sure we were good when we're old. And I was like, we're young and I want to live now.
Well, he was financially faithful, socially faithful, physically faithful, intellectually faithful, and she rewarded him with a divorce because he wouldn't go ice skating, y'all. I'm not making this up.
So another trend I've noticed on TikTok lately is this whole, if he really likes you, he's going to do this kind of thing. And they use all this vocabulary that they don't explain. And they just throw out words like gummy bear and compass and whatever. So one of them was the compass clue, and I had to Google it. And it's if he is sitting next to you and his feet are turned towards you like a compass, like you're his north, his true north or something. No, I'm not buying it. I don't think subconsciously or consciously his feet will face you if he likes you. Like, we're buying that? No.
One time I was talking to this guy and he asked me, how are you doing? And I said, to be honest, I'm not really feeling well. And then he replied, aw, would you like me to bring you something to help you feel better? And then I said, sure. And then he said, LOL. And then I said, LOL. So what are you bringing? And then he said, oh, I was just saying, LOL. And then I was like, ew.
I always want you to do something for him and then be messing with other dudes.
Hey, babe. Yeah. Tell me why I married you again. I said, tell me.
Men are just not men in 2025. They're a bunch of ween dogs, confused. Then men stopped being men. And when they decided that women would take on the role that a man should have when it comes to dating. Not one of those girls who are like, oh, I like hate all men. No, love when they ask you out. I love when they take authority. I love men. But like, why can you never find a man that like actually acts like a man? You guys are just a bunch of ween dogs. Want a man to act like a man.
I wasn't expecting my last video to blow up like it did.
If your husband or wife work in the emergency room overnight, chances of them cheating on you is very high. Let me do a quick story.
One of the 3 nurses that's following me, and I'm almost sure it was Kate, let me hold that thought until after my meeting at 3 o'clock. Let me do a quick little story time. One of them decided to send my video to HR, and my manager called me this morning demanding me to remove my video. I told her absolutely not. I did not disclose any names or locations, so why would I do that? Now I got a meeting at 3 o'clock. I'm here to tell them if they fire me or suspend me, I will be dropping first and last names, because ain't no way I got a meeting because I'm spreading awareness to the faithful husbands and wives out here that's not cheating. I'm allowed to say whatever I want to say on my page. They cannot take that away. This is something I experienced working there. So what? Why can't I talk about it?
What's your body count?
Are you serious? Yep. Whoa. I'm gonna click you out. I knew it. Because you are like holy, and I feel like I would deflower you in a way. I wouldn't ruin you, but it's just like you need more experience, and I don't want to be your more experience. If you said your body count's 1, that doesn't mean me. My body count's a billion trillion.
Guys, I'm fucking sorry. Okay, I'm fucking sorry. But I like my men crazy, possessive, obsessed, maybe a little trolling. Like, yes, tell me you don't like her because it's showing too much cleavage. Yes, you can have my location. Do you want me to get chip on my hands or something so you can know where I'm at all times? Because I'll tell you. My ex used to be boring. Like, I would purposely, like, walk out saying I'm going out with my girls with a like short dress showing my ass to see his reaction, and I'd be like, how do I look? And he'd be like, you look good, have fun. And I'd be like, change, like, what the hell? He used to tell me like, yeah, like, why you don't have no guy friends? Like, you should go out with some guy friends. I was like, are you gay? He was cheating on me the whole time, so, and he is actually gay, so that's that.
So last night, this guy was coming over, and I warned him beforehand that I can't do anything because it's that time of the month, and I'm not into running red lights. Like, it's just, it doesn't feel great for me down there. And he's like, yeah, sure, that's fine, no problem, whatever. So he comes over, and we're watching Severance, which, if you've ever seen that show, you know it's a show that should not put you in the mood. But one thing led to another, and we're like making out. And things start progressing from there. And then this dude whispers in my ear, and he goes, something tells me if I take it out, you won't stop me. And in this moment, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. This man didn't even hesitate. He grabbed the string and pulled it out of me so fast, like he was skydiving and he was pulling the ripcord of his parachute. We're going to hang out again tonight.
You know, you did not have to put this on the internet, but whatever.
I just realized that the worst part of me being single, and I mean this in the most humble way, is that someone is missing out on me. You too. Someone is missing out on you as well.
Somebody in the comments said narcissistic behavior.
Why do men stop trying to fix their marriage?
Well, that's an easy one because they've realized there's no point. They've realized that nothing they've done or could do is going to matter or change anything. And how do they know that? Well, because they've already tried, multiple times in fact, and found out that anything they did was neither acknowledged or appreciated. And it was never enough because, as all men know or come to know, women love to change the goalposts. The bottom line is, there's only so many times that a man is going to keep beating his head against the wall. And when he hits that breaking point, he's done, and done for good. No amount of pleading, no amount of apologizing, no amount of the woman suddenly realizing she screwed up is ever going to bring him back from that abyss. Sorry, ladies, but more often than not, if he's not trying, it isn't because of him, it's because of you.
You're expecting a man to empty out his entire bank account for you and you can't even cook. The entitlement some women have to a man's pockets needs to be studied. If he were to ask you why he should give you any of his money or spend any of his money on you or pay all of your bills and you proceed to start naming physical attributes, and I hope he laugh in your face. Not only do you not know how to cook, but all you do is nag and complain. You the last thing I want to go home to. You don't have a relationship with God, you're not a healthy support system, and because of your insecurities, every other day you're accusing him of cheating. For any of the women that wants to say I'm a pick-me for saying any of this, you're the exact woman that I'm talking about. It's you. You're the one. A woman will have absolutely nothing to offer and be a complete stranger to a man, yet he is expected to spend every hard-earned cent on her because she's pretty or because she thinks she got the best cat. Emphasis on think. Baby, you're not even waiting for marriage. You're going to give it up as soon as they owe you $20. If you're listening to this, raise your standards. Women are not the only ones that are supposed to have high standards. Raise your standards. Some of you females don't even be worth an ice cream date, and you talking about he got to buy you a Birkin bag and spend $50,000 on you on the first date. Oh my God. I don't know who got dating worse, women or men.
The way you girls mock men with receding hairlines and then proceed to go goo goo gaga over Walter Goggins is astonishing, to say the least. If that man was not an actor and he approached you on the street, you would run away, get in your car, get on this app, and proceed to warn us about his whereabouts. Do not lie.
Okay, guys, question of the day. So I went out on a date not too long ago, and normally when I go out on a first date with a guy, I'll treat. You know, I don't want a guy to think that I'm just looking for a free meal and all those things that guys say, right? So went out on this date and went to pay the tab, and the guy was offended. He was like, how dare you try to pay for this meal? And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's no big deal. It's just dinner, you know. But my question is this to the guys, I guess to the girls too. Is it offensive for a woman to pay for a meal for a guy? Like, guys, how do you feel about that? Let me know in the chat. Because I want to know. I don't want to offend anybody when I'm, you know, I don't, especially a first date. It's a first impression. But is it okay to pay for a guy's meal on the first date? Ladies, do you think that it's wrong for a woman to pay for the meal on the first date, or is that something that just absolutely a guy should always do? Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. Toodles. Bye.
No, you can go ahead, let him pay. Most men are taught this is what you do. The problem is a lot of modern women don't reciprocate that. So men get tired of doing and getting nothing in return.
It's always the ones where you was just doing. But we really got to stop doing stuff out of boredom. And it's not all of us. It's not all of us. But I'm seeing too much dip on their chip. And I'm knowing it's y'all fault. You out here, chances you wouldn't even spit in their direction if you was feeling like yourself. You going through a phase right now. But see, this the damage that causes. You got this out here thinking him. That he can approach all of like that. Like he just give no. You caught a good one that was bored. And now he playing with you like you regular. We got to start back treating like the creepy critters they are. I wouldn't even piss on you if you was on fire. You didn't let that man get beside you and you done boosted his ego. Baby, don't do that no more. Because getting played by a damn gremlin, ugh.
But what if you're not as bad as you think you are?
Okay, ladies, I'm going to say this with all of the love in my heart. Men are not intimidated by how much money you make. Men are not intimidated by your portfolio. Men are not intimidated by how many degrees you carry. That has nothing to do with it. They don't like the attitude that comes with it. That's the problem. So by now, I'm sure everybody has seen the video of the woman who is spouting all of her accomplishments, which, amazing, okay? Absolutely, I absolutely would take nothing away from this woman because those kinds of accolades are very hard to accomplish. So, I mean, kudos to her. Absolutely phenomenal job, and a beautiful girl, by the way. The problem comes in where you've got the attitude of, I'm better than you. Or you've got the attitude of, you know, I do all of this. I did all of this. So what are you bringing to me? Men don't care. They don't care. It is wild to me that women put such an emphasis on all of the outer things that they fail to understand that men don't. You could be the ugliest woman on the planet, but if you treat that man with respect, if you speak to him kindly, if you allow him to be the man in the relationship, that's the woman he's going to pick. And all of these like, oh, well, Halle Berry got cheated on, and, you know, this woman got cheated on, so ladies, you could get cheated on. And while I am not saying that it is okay for anybody to cheat, what I am saying is it is not all about the outer appearance of things. And that includes the materialistic side of things or the outer accomplishments, because what matters is what's in here. If you don't have a good heart, if you don't have a good spirit, if you don't have, you're just not a good person, that's where the problem is going to come in. Every single time. If you're not a good, godly woman, and God is not number one in your life, and I understand I'm speaking probably strictly to Christians right now because everybody has their own ideals and everybody has their own deities. But if you are not a person, a good person on the inside, that man could care less how much money you bring in. That man could care less what your portfolio looks like. That man could care less. Could care less that you created a couple of apps. You could have created the damn internet, for all that matters. If you're not good in here, that's what he doesn't like. So stop trying to put it on all these outer things. Oh, well, he's intimidated by my beauty, or he's intimidated by the fact that I make 6 figures. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Are there men out there that are intimidated by women that make better money than them? Probably. But those are insecure men, and we don't deal with those types of men. But 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with how much money you make. It has everything to do with what's in here and how he gets treated. And women fail to understand that because women look for the material things and the outside things in men. They look for their accomplishments. They look for how much money they make. They look for what they drive. They look for what it's going to look like to the outside world to date that man. Instead of looking on the inside. Is this man good to me? Does this man treat me well? Does this man work hard? Does this man take care of what's within his realm of taking care of? Is this man not a lustful man? Does this man point me to the cross? Does this man lead my household? Does this man provide for his family? Does this man pray with me every night? Does this man pray for me? Does this man pray over me? Women have a hard time understanding that, which is why they have a hard time understanding that it's not the accolades, ladies. It's not the accolades. It's the attitude that comes with the accolades. I say that with all the love in the world. Okay, love you, bye.
And once again, men don't be trying to be disrespectful, but all of that money, degree, beauty, all of that stuff, at a certain point in time, it's materialistic and it's superficial. And men don't care about that type of stuff. They're not intimidated by it. Like she said, it's your attitude. And a lot of modern women have a trash attitude. They're wondering why a man won't court them, wondering why a man won't marry them, commit to them, pursue them, and all of the other stuff that comes with it. Why won't a man come get me? He just stares at me. Why are men wanting to stay single? Because you sit up here and boast about this stuff like a man's gonna care. He's not.
I will never, ever understand. How are you okay with being How can you sit there and live with yourself knowing that you will not be chosen? That you will not be chosen, that you will not be ever. How does it feel knowing that you will never meet his parents? Like, you're not good enough to take home. I simply will never understand that concept. I will never be never planning on it. Like, it's not, and that word is not in my vocabulary, not in my life, matter of fact. It genuinely is so odd. Like, how do you have such little respect for yourself? I mean, I understand why. Half the time this is ugly, like, it confuses me. But that's all I had to say.
Sorry to the guy that I sat next to on the plane. You asked what I did for work, so I told you pottery, and then you asked where you could see some of that, so I told you to Google Haven Tune and pottery. But I'm sure something else is gonna come up, and I'm really sorry about that Google search.
This is for the men out there. I just have one question. Why do y'all suck? Like, why don't you get together? I don't understand. Like, get together. Ah!
You guys want to hear some tea and some drama from this weekend from people you're never gonna meet? It's me. I'll tell you because it's my drama. Why not? So, obviously, St. Patrick's Day weekend here in Denver. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So Friday night, mom of the group goes, ladies, walk in. We got a big weekend ahead of us. We're not gonna go too crazy tonight. We're gonna take chill tonight. And I hate when it says this because I'm like, you cursed it. You cursed it. The minute we say, we're gonna have a chill night, we take it way far. It's like predestined. And so I was like, yeah, good call, ladies. Good call, ladies. Let's just go play some darts at the dive bar by my house. You know, let's just keep it easy. This bar does a beer, a shot, and a cigarette for $7 goddamn. I'll let you guys take a guess on if we took it easy. So anyways, we're at this bar. We got a shot, we got a beer, we got a cigarette in hand. We're throwing darts. I'm losing by a million. And then, out of the corner of my eye, I see this like figure move by, and it is drawing piece. And I'm like, what are you doing in a place like this? But I'm watching him. I'm plotting now. I look at them. I go, ladies, mom is on a mission. I'll be right back. I turn around and I'm like, all right, tits up. And I walk over and I do my little, which I love. And I'm like, what's your name? What's your name? Trying to like hide the fact that smoker's cough. I'm like, do you come here often? He's eating it up. He loves it. He loves it. I'm giving the eyes. I'm like, you're so funny. He hasn't said a single funny thing the entire time, but I'm just trying to slam. Sue me. Girls got needs. Sue me. So we're laughing, all this, that, and the other. No, he's not laughing. I'm laughing. So lights come on, which by the way, you don't want to be there when the lights come on. It's like, oh my God, look at all the goblins. But anyways, he's like, when am I going to see you again? And I was like, right now, dude, you're taking me home. What are you talking about? He's like, I just didn't take you for that kind of girl. I was like, I'm throwing darts and smoking cigarettes. What kind of girl do you think I was? So then we go back to his place, and this is way TMI, but it is funny. So we're, doing that shit, boing, 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 boing. And he's like, who's this? And I was like, it's yours. And he's like, no, say my name. And I'm like, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? And he's like, you don't remember my name? And I was like, do you remember mine? He's like, Morgan. And I was like, God damn it, you got me there. No, I don't remember. And he tells me his name, and I was like, my bad. We're trying to get back into it, but like, it definitely kind of ruined the moment. But it's okay, we got back right. We got back. So that's night. Friday night, I roll in, back in the door at 8, and all the girls are blowing me up, being like, yo, we have to be at the next bar at 9:30. Get it together. And I was like, oh my God, please help me. I'm like, does anybody have a Pedialyte? And they're like, yo, lock in. Hold on. I need to actually go drink some water. So I'll do like a part 2 of what happened the rest of the weekend because it only gets worse.
I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty hilarious.
Being a man who has like a decent amount of homegirls and has had a decent amount of talking stages in relationships, one thing I've noticed about women is that you definitely have to learn when to take what they say as truth versus face value. And what I mean by that is like when you're having a conversation with them, you have to know, is this an emotional conversation where they're leading with emotions, or are they really just actually being logical about what they're saying? And you're like, damn, this is actually how they really feel. And by no means am I saying you shouldn't believe in women or listen to them. I'm just saying that sometimes they be fool. I'm gonna use this example. Me and my homegirl were arguing about ugly people. And I was telling her, like, ugly people exist. There's people who are ugly in this world. And she's like, no, it's not about how they look. It's the way they make you feel that makes them ugly. I'm like, no, that's not what the English definition of ugly means. Ugly means unattractive appearance. So objectively, yes, it's hard to define who's ugly and who's not. But subjectively, you can use the word ugly and it be true for that case and scenario. I said, for example, the shorty that your ex cheated on you with, you called her a creature. A damn creature. What that mean? Ugly. I even provided another example. I said, remember that guy that you weren't attracted to and you said looked like he snuck on this earth? Yeah. Okay, what's that? Ugly. Okay then. Oh my bro, you just talking.
She's making you think that she likes you and she's doing all the things that make you feel like she likes you. She's texting a lot. She's like saying cute things. She's like being flirty, whatever, over text. And then you try and initiate something and she doesn't agree to it. Like she doesn't want to hang out. Like there's always an excuse. Like she doesn't actually follow through with seeing you. She's just easy for attention. She doesn't actually like you. She can show you all the signs, but if when you initiate something, she does not reciprocate or like she finds an excuse to get out of it, run away.
I'm gonna tell y'all something you probably don't believe. Someone actually asked me for my phone number tonight, and that never happens. No, when I'm out, no one ever approaches me, ever. They don't ask me for my phone number. They don't ask me for my name, nothing. So when I go out with my girls, have fun, we have a couple of drinks, I dance, because I love to dance. And then I come home and I talk to men that I already know, like from my cigar groups and some of my other organizations, but that's about it. Men don't approach me. Am I really that ugly?
Hey y'all, I just want your opinion on something. I have been dating myself now for 11 months, and sometimes I just want to go to the bar and sit by myself and have a drink or eat dinner or whatever it is if my kids are busy. And can we just talk about how it's unfair that men are able to just go sit at a bar by themselves, have a drink, have some food, whatever it is, and not be bothered by anyone? But as a woman, if you go by yourself to sit at a bar, it's almost as if people assume that you want them to talk to you. And I know that that sounds really ugly for me to say, but sometimes I just want to be left alone, and you just can't expect that. So, I don't know. What do y'all think? What do I do? Do I just not go to the bar?
On women a lot because we're not realistic. And then we complain about the reality and what we're not getting. And then when they go to men, it's like, he's been humbled his entire life.
Yeah.
His entire life, right? You have, boys in school, these high school boys, girls tell them, oh, you're broke, you're this, that. And mind you, they're in school, like we're in school together.
Yeah.
And you're telling me I'm broke,
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they had to learn to say, okay, what do I need to do to get better?
Yeah.
When you have somebody that never gets told they need to get better, they think they top shelf.
The best piece of advice that I've ever gotten from a woman, and men have said this too, but I'm going to give the credits to the women anyway. He has to like you more than you like him. He has to like you more than you like him in a heterosexual relationship, because I don't know how it works in the others. He has to like you more than you like him, because if you like him more than he likes you, baby, be prepared to go through it. I told my friend this and she was just like, oh no, and then we're gonna split and I'm gonna show him what? He's auditioning to be an actor in your movie. Why are you trying to prove something to him? He has to like you more than you like him. Now she's saying, oh, well, I don't think this is going to work out because I feel like I like him more and I'm putting in more effort. Duh. Because he doesn't like you. That's why you're doing all these flips and tricks and he doesn't like you. It's not even being appreciated or reciprocated because he doesn't like you. He has to like you more than you like him, period.
And just how in the world is he going to be an actor in your movie if you're telling him he's got to be the leader, he's got to be the protector and the provider? Physically, mentally, spiritually, how exactly is he going to be an actor in your movie? If anything, you'd be an actor in his movie. Y'all just be getting on here talking. Well, your grandma was silly for saying that. She might have had a lot of wisdom, but she was silly for saying that. Well, my grandfather and my homeboy, silly. All of them silly for saying that. Why don't you start acting like normal people and see how it goes?
And let me just say, that saying that y'all be saying, talking about, oh, a man will change for the right woman. A man will change and get his life together for the woman he wants to. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. A grown man is gonna get his life together for himself. It should not take a woman for you to get your life together. I'm sorry. He'll do right by the right woman. Do right by yourself. Do right for you. Out here ain't got nothing together and you waiting for a woman to come help you get it together? Baby, God made you the provider. God made you the leader. You the one supposed to be leading us through this world. And you mean you gonna sit here and play in all these different women's face and then all of a sudden the right woman gonna come along and you just gonna magically change? I'm not hearing that. And it's crazy because y'all used to have me sitting around thinking it was something wrong with me because these men be playing in my face, and I'm like, dang, like I guess he gonna do right by the right woman. No, he's not gonna ever do right until he grow up and want to do something for himself. Like, you really been doing all these nice young ladies wrong your whole life, been lying, cheating, all of that. Ain't never been able to be loyal, ain't never been able to be faithful, ain't never been able to do anything right, but you gonna all of a sudden get it together for the right one. Nah, you mean to tell me you ain't ever been emotionally available, you ain't never been financially stable, you ain't never been spiritually right, you ain't never been able to lead, support, provide, none of that. But the right woman is gonna come along and you gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do right. No, I believe that not only a man, but everybody, individuals in general, get their lives together because they get sick of themselves. That's the only reason or the only way your life will ever change for the better. It'll never take another human for you to sit down and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get it together. And me personally, as a woman, I don't want the responsibility of a grown man getting his life together. I don't ever want to hold that responsibility. When you come over here, please have it all together. And that's something I recently had to learn. But yeah, I'm gonna need you to have it together. I don't want to be the right woman and make you get it together. No, thank you.
Okay, so we're on the same page then on how stupid and absurd that sounds when a woman said, a man's gonna have to take me out of my masculine and put me in my feminine.